Hey guys, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to the Twin Flame family. And I have a midweek energy update. I was planning to do this around the summer solstice and the new moon in Cancer. Hi, I'm a Cancer, and I know many of you are because I work with you. Can always tell who's on the phone with me that similar Cancerian energy. And there's a lot of good things happening, especially if you are in the sign of Cancer. But for everybody, new light codes are being scattered into the planet right now, and this is a portal of a sort as well, going into the summer solstice, longest day of the year, and there is an opportunity for big growth here. I feel like it's marking transition for the feminine and the masculine. And it's also really going to mark huge change for the year. This is a pivotal time right now. Between now, I think we'll see more of this around the 717 portal in July. We'll also be seeing the results, or more of like the external action or external changes in August with the lunar and solar eclipse. But right now, we're being called to go internal, okay? And that internal is connecting to our deepest truth, but it's also about, for both the divine feminine and divine masculine, it's about a new way of claiming responsibility for ourselves. So that's my biggest message around this solstice and the new moon. And it's not something that's in the stars. It's like a download, and I've been feeling it a lot in the past week, and I don't think it really came up in my weekly reading, and I want to talk about it more with you all. So let's talk about it in terms of the divine feminine. So taking responsibility on a deeper level. It's her, as we've been talking about, stepping into her truth, and it's been a sort of a denial, I feel like, up until this point for many of the feminine, although she's coming into her power and stepping onto her mission, and she's certainly on her way, or getting on her way. Or in some of you that are like in the next wave of twin flames, you're just like kind of starting to understand what this means and what this is. But for many of us who are like first or second wavers, like we're in it, okay? We're already on the mission, or we're getting in our power. And I have to say that no matter what phase you're at or what wave you've been in, that the universal sort of block is very much about denial. And it's the denied aspects of ourselves that we've been reluctant to reclaim. It's about denying deeper healing for ourselves because we think we've done it all already. And the truth is that during this eclipse, I'm sorry, it's not the eclipse, it's the summer solstice. And during the eclipses as well, we're being called to actually go even deeper. And that deeper awareness and that even bigger shift in consciousness is truly going to give way to a whole new phase for both the divine feminine and divine masculine. But divine feminine, I feel like it's actually a new year come September, kind of like in line with like the Hebrew calendar. She's following that this year, okay? This is a dawning of a new year in September. And so for her, this is about claiming responsibility for her healing at the deepest level, and getting out of the denial of like, I've already done that. I've already been there. Well, I already did my work. Well, I've already explored this. I already know what that is. But what Spirit is saying and the messages that I've been downloading is, you haven't gone deep enough because you're still meeting yourself again and again, and you're still encountering these things. Or we can push them down and deny these aspects of ourselves, but they'll surface eventually, and they'll keep coming up and bubbling to the surface. So with all the clearing that you've done and everything that you've accomplished along this journey. You know, give yourself a pat on the back and say, wow, this is a time also to celebrate ourselves. Like, this isn't about like, oh, well, I'm bad because I didn't go deep enough. Oh, shit, I have more work to do. It's not really like that. What they're saying is it's more about raising the vibration on both sides and going, whoa, look how far I've come. Look how good I've done. Look how amazing all of this journey has been, even through the sadness and whatnot. But look what I have done, how I've evolved in the past year. Oh my God. And for most feminine, there's been a huge evolution in just 1 year's time. So celebrate that. Take the opportunity to do nice things for yourself and get deeper into the self-love connection and the true self-acceptance. But also on the same, while you're celebrating yourself, not slapping yourself on the hand going, oh, bad girl, I didn't, do all my work. You're celebrating yourself. And you can be in a very exalted state. Like I said in the weekly reading, it's connecting with other divine feminine energy. It's celebrating. It's coming together. It's doing nice things for ourselves. It's just honoring ourselves, and it's celebratory. So on the flip side of that, though, there's also this, oh, and I'm being called to go deeper. And actually, they're saying to access that high vibrational celebratory energy and pull it into your the healing, like what seems like the drudgery work, or like the not so fun piece of this. Because what's going to happen is that higher vibration that you're pulling here from celebrating the success, from honoring where you are, from seeing where you've come, from, really taking stock of your life experience and your wisdom and how far you've come. All of that take that vibration and apply it to the pieces that are yet unseen, to the pieces that have yet been discovered, to the pieces that we've been denying ourselves from seeing. And for the feminine, I think that this is coming up to be more specific, very much as like the core wounds that we still haven't fully resolved. And maybe we need to go back and revisit in terms of like allowing ourselves to feel everything, not denying our truth, remembering what it is we came here to do and who we were as children. And there is also a lot of remembrance coming up across the board, and especially for the feminine, with past lives. So some of us are really actually remembering our past lives and past life trauma and connecting the dots between the things that we've carried forward into this life. So this again it's saying either way you're self-focusing. So self-focus here to celebrate, self-focus here to heal deeper at a deeper level, and especially the denied aspects. The things that we haven't wanted to go deeper with, the things that we haven't wanted to like be fully entrenched in or fully admit to ourselves. And they're kind of like the blocks or like the little blind spots that we've been just avoiding and going. And then we go back and we're like, why? We're frustrated. Like, why isn't this working? Or why is this still happening? Well, whatever area of your life you're saying that in, like, why am I still feeling this way? Why am I still feeling frustrated? Look at that area. That's where the greater healing needs to be. That's where there's some denied aspects of yourself and of feeling the feelings, feeling the emotions. So they're saying, put yourself in the true feeling of it. Let yourself feel all of it. No more denial. And this is about the awareness that you can bring into light right now, especially through the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, the new light codes being scattered. And then you have really good energy from all of the planetary activity happening with this new moon in Cancer. It's a super moon. And this is a huge time to be setting intentions. And I feel as though these intentions can be directly related to your truth, what you want to accomplish in the next year with this next phase of healing, what you want to manifest in your life, what you desire. And And in order to uncover that and discover it, we have to go into taking responsibility for the denied aspects of ourselves. And like I said, this could be anything from just denying our true emotions, denying our truth, denying our feelings, denying that there's still more healing to be done. And this is really about responsibility on that level. Now, for the masculine, it's related. It feels like responsibility in such a way of he's taking more charge in his life, okay, in his work life, home life. He's realizing that some of these ego behaviors are not responsible. They are almost treacherous, dangerous, demonic, and that they're coming from a place of the same type of denied aspects, denied feelings, denial of being able to ask for what he truly wants, feeling like he can't have what he truly deserves, and that he feels as though his responsibility is to just step up in the role that he's already in, and that's going to make him happy. But I think the truth that's coming in for him is what the true responsibility is. And the true responsibility is to his self and to the not denying this happiness or prolonging this self-love anymore. He's very much been trying to make others happy. And then when he's been unhappy, he's going into ego behaviors and very much in denial about what the truth is. And so he's starting to receive glimmers of, wow, this ego-based behavior is treacherous, is partly my responsibility, is all of my responsibility. Wow, I can look around and see that the things happening in my life are actually a product of who I am and what my stuff is at the deeper level. And by stuff, I mean like the core wounds, the unresolved stuff from childhood that the divine masculine still has. And I don't think he's going to dig into shadow work right now, but I do feel that he's wanting to take an assertive stance, and he's moving towards that. And that stance is like getting more grounded, getting out of those vengeful or demonic ways. And those have only surfaced because he's been denying his true feelings, or like wanting to escape from what he really is suffering with internally. So it's the responsibility is actually admitting his suffering to himself and wanting, like birthing a new desire for change. And so you're going to start to see it in his external world and in the way that he acts, because he's going to act in a more grounded way. We may still see the ego coming in and out, those ego-based behaviors, the demonic things, the low vibrational default settings, the reactivity, the not owning responsibility. But mixed in with that, we're going to have owning responsibility, a deeper groundedness, the taking more responsibility for himself and what he wants to accomplish and what he wants to do and what he wants to be, rather than feeling like he's just been kind of like chained to an untruth or chained to something where he's got to step up, but really hasn't been able to step up in any real way. Okay, so the masculine up until now has been stepping up in the way that he thinks it should be, or the way that others think it should be, to avoid judgment, to avoid conflict, to avoid confrontation, to avoid huge change, to avoid the earthquake. He hasn't wanted the earthquake in any way. And the thing about this is he's getting to the point where he's like, I don't care if there is an earthquake or a thunderstorm, or if it's a volcano erupting, or or a tornado. He's going to step into his truth regardless of the consequence. And that's coming as we get closer to August. But right now, it's coming as going in and out of the ego and coming into truth. And it's like owning a bit of responsibility, owning a little bit more responsibility for his truth. for his own internal suffering rather than blaming, projecting, blaming, reactivity. And so in that will lead to him taking action steps that will create that unearthing, and it won't be as ugly as he thinks. So if you're divine masculine watching this, it's not going to be as ugly as you think. So whether it's breaking free of a karmic relationship, or if it's, you know, leaving the household to, you know, like leaving, it could even be leaving your children for a while to get, you know, into your true self, whether it's breaking away from the family business, or it's, going off on your own in a new venture, or just getting more on purpose, or starting something new so that you get out of like the misery of the day to day that's no longer serving you. All of that is your truth. It's just you felt some false sense of responsibility to your kids, a false sense of responsibility to your karmic partner, a false sense of responsibility to the job that's draining you, to the karmic partner who is not making you happy and who you cannot be happy with, to your children who know that at the core level, you do know also that they'll be happy when you're happy. So staying in front of them just to make them happy isn't really going to make them happy in the long run. You living in your truth will actually be the role model for them to be the happiest. Whether it's, like I said, like staying in the job that's making you miserable, or staying in the family business, or, you know, or giving to the family, giving to the family, giving to the family, giving to everyone else, giving to the children, giving to everyone else, giving to everyone else, giving to everyone else, and not giving to yourself, masculine. This is where you're going to take a different responsibility and recognize it as you give back to yourself. And this is connecting your the how to be the protector and how to be the strength and the pillar of strength in a true masculine sense, not in an unhealthy, unbalanced masculine sense. And reconciling that with how to be in touch with your emotions and how to be in your truth, which is your true divine feminine from within. And this is all what the masculine is doing in balancing this and taking a different role in the real responsibility, not this false responsibility that he's been carrying. So I hope that makes sense for you all. I think this is a huge opportunity for shifting for both the divine feminine and masculine. And it's happening very internally, but where we're going to see the change in the upcoming weeks because of this internal shifting is in the external environment. We'll start to see the masculine making changes slowly leading up into August. Well, feminine, yours is going to come quicker. So like new circles of people, new opportunities, a more zest, a greater zest for your spiritual expansion, and it will be brighter even faster. And so I wore, this is like orangey gold color, and I'm wearing this purposely on this video to say, it's bright, we're beckoning light, think bright thoughts. Know that this is really, let's think in terms of responsibility to our truth for both the feminine and the masculine. And what does that mean for you? Okay. So if you have any questions or you want to work with me at this time, you can do so by going to my website, thetwinflamefamily.com. You can submit a question to me through the user form, or just click on schedule a session and we can have a private session together to explore some of these energies and what it applies to in your personal situation. So again, thetwinflamefamily.com. Happy summer solstice to you all. Happy new moon in Cancer, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Bye.